Next, we are going to see that problems. First problem: a cylindrical conductor of radius r is carrying a constant current. For that constant current can be considered as a I ampere current. The plot of that magnitude of that magnetic field B with the distance d from the center of that conductor is correctly represented by the figure. Which figure is correct suitable? The conductor, cylindrical conductor, that can be considered as a solid cylinder. We have already that problem one solution. In the conductor, one is a solid conductor in a cylindrical shape. There inside also charges can be closed. That's why the current can be represented both inner and outer. So if it is an axis, it is a radius r. Now I am taken that inner certain small distance, r distance, point P. Based on that ampere circuit law, want to find the magnetic induction at this point P means we will trace out that ampere loop in the shape of the circle. If we trace the ampere loop in the shape of the circle inside the conductor, here conducting magnetic field B is equal to mu naught Jr by 2. Already we have calculated. Otherwise, for that want to find the current density. Current density is equal to, that is J is equal to total current by total cross section area, that is pi r square. Based on that, current through the loop P can be taken as I prime. That I prime is equal to J into cross section area of that loop pi r square. Then if you substitute in our ampere circuit law, that is ampere circuit, based on that line integral closed integral B vector dot dl vector is equal to mu naught into I naught. There B is a constant, that is taken out. B into closed integral dl, that is 0 to 2 pi r equal to mu naught into J into pi r square. So from that we will get B in into 2 pi r equal to mu naught J into pi r square. From our formula, pi and pi cancel, r cancel, we will get that is B is equal to mu naught Jr by 2. We know that inside a cylinder, cylindrical conductor, B proportional to R. And outside the conductor, based on that ampere circuit law, B outside is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r, we can take. So inside is proportional to r, outside is proportional to 1 by r. If you mention in a graph, we will get r is taken in x-axis, magnetic induction is taken in y-axis. We will get the graph like that. Mu naught I by is the maximum at this point r. B proportional to small r, B proportional to 1 by r. This is suitable for our D option. Our answer is D option for that solid conductor which has a radius r, which a current, a constant current can be considered as a I ampere current. then inside proportional to the distance, outside inversely proportional to the distance. That's why our answer is D option. That is our answer. Next, second one. A long straight wire of radius R carries a steady current I. The current is uniformly distributed over its cross section. The ratio of the magnetic field is B and B prime at a radial distance A by 2 and 2A respectively from the axis of that wire. The same wire but the distance. Cylindrical shape of our wire is the axis center point. 2 points we are going to tackle. P1 is taken inside from the center A by 2 distance. Another point we are going to tackle, that is a P2, that distance is a 2A. Then is a solid cylinder, inside we have a formula. There magnetic induction B inside we will tackle, that is mu naught J into A by 2 divided by 2, and if you substitute that J value, mu naught into I by pi A square into A by 2 divided by 2. If you tackle that 2 in the down, you will get mu naught IA divided by 4 pi A square. If you cancel it, you will get mu naught I by 4 pi A at A by 2 distance from the center of that conductor inside magnetic induction. B in we consider mu naught I by 4 pi A. For outside, we have a formula B outside equal to, according to that Ampere circuit law, we can find that mu naught I divided by 2 pi into distance, that is a 2A. Then we will get mu naught I by 4 pi A. So that's why B in equal to B out equal to mu naught I by 4 pi A. Otherwise, is equation 1, it is equation 2. They are asking the respective ratios they are asking. That's why B in divided by B out equal to same values. We obtained that mu naught I by 4 pi A divided by mu naught I by 4 pi A. Both cancelled, we will get that ratio value becomes here 1. Our option is A option. That is the ratio of magnetic induction at the A by 2 distance from the center and 2A distance from that center. So second question also having a answer, that is first option B in divided by B out is equal to 1. Next, a wire carrying a current I has the same as one in that adjoining figure. The figure is represented in a three-dimensional manner. That's why that in a three-dimensional manner we have a diagram. X, Y and Z axis. Our conductor is in a certain shape as one in a figure. Semicircle is in a plane, that is the wire carrying a current I has the shape as one in a adjoining figure. Linear parts of that wires are very long, that is infinite long, and parallel to that x axis. while that semicircular portion of radius r is lying in a y magnetic field at that point O. It is considered as a O. That's why the semicircle is in a yz plane. Then linear parts with the both end is in along the x-axis. We consider part 1 this, part 2, part 3. Part 1 and part 3 are in x-axis. We are passing a current like that. So semicircular part producing magnetic field is B2. Linear part B1 and B3. Then B1 and B3 are due to that infinitely long conductors at one end. So B1 value equal to B2 because say B1 equal to B3, B1 equal to B3 because both are infinitely long conductors at a r distance. Their magnetic inductions can be taken as B1 is equal to B3 is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r. Their directions. If the conductor is in a x plane perpendicularly, its magnetic field is acting. So that's why if the first part is straight conductor, that is a downward direction. Downward direction means z prime direction is acting. That's why here direction, if you represent minus k cap direction, the two are acting. First part downward direction and second part also downward direction. That is the second part means third part, that is B1 vector and B3 vectors are mu naught I by 4 pi r of minus k cap. The z prime direction, that two are acting. For a semicircular part, that semicircular part current is passing this based on that finger folding current direction, thumb shows that magnetic field direction, that is the inward direction. That's why B2 value equal to mu naught I by, for that semicircle, 4r of, that is inward direction means minus I cap. Is a B2 vector. B1 and B3 vectors are mu naught I by 4 pi r of minus k cap, but this is mu naught I by 4 r of minus I cap. That's why total magnetic induction BT vector equal to B1 vector plus B2 vector plus B3 vector. We know that B1 plus B3 equal to 2 into mu naught I by 4 pi r of minus k cap, and B2 value is this. That's why common factor is taken out. First of all, we substitute, that is B1 is mu naught I by 4 pi r of minus k cap plus B2 value mu naught I by 4 r of minus I cap plus mu naught I by 4 pi r of minus k cap. So from that, the first taken is minus mu naught I by 4 r of I cap plus, here both are same value, minus 2 into mu naught I by 4 pi r into k cap. Common factor is taken out, mu naught I by 4 r of, common is minus also common, taken out, minus mu naught by 4 r of that is I cap plus 2 by pi k cap. That is our answer, minus mu naught I by 4 r of I cap plus 2 by pi k cap. Want to check this value with the options. We have that First option is B vector is equal to minus mu naught I by 4 pi r of I pi into I cap cross 2 k cap. That is not a correct answer. Is a leave it. Second option, B vector is equal to mu naught minus mu naught I by 4 pi r of pi I cap plus 2 k cap. That's why we are taken that pi outside. We will get bt is equal to minus mu naught I by 4 pi r of pi into I cap plus 2 k cap. We will get the answer. bt is equal to minus mu naught I by 4 pi r of pi into I cap plus 2 k cap. That is second option is our answer for our question. For that certain shape of the conductors, resultant magnetic field bt is equal to minus mu naught I by 4 pi r of pi into I cap plus 2 k cap. You see that the fourth problem. Two identical long conducting wires, that is we consider both are infinite long conductors. That the first one is represented as AOB and the second conductor is represented as COD. Both conductors are infinite long length. There we have some common point O. Place one above the other such that O is at a common point for the two wires carrying a current I1 and I2 currents respectively. Point P is lying at a distance d from O along a distance perpendicular to that plane containing that wires. Magnetic field at that point P will be. For fourth one, we consider our board as a plane. In that plane, you have the two conductors. First conductor A, suppose midpoint O is a B. In the same plane, we have a second conductor also. But they are not connecting one above another. The symbol is used for no connection. COD. We are passing current like I1, I2. To that plane perpendicularly, we are going to tackle one point. Here one point. That is a d distance. Given distance is a d distance. So that's why, due to that first infinite long conductor 1 this is, conductor 2 this is. Due to that conductor 1 B1 above that plane at a d distance, we have a magnetic induction. B1 is equal to mu naught I1 divided by 2 pi into d. And their direction also we can represent. For the, based on that right hand rule, downward direction, magnetic field is acting for that first conductor. Conductor 2. So magnetic field B2 is equal to mu naught I2 divided by 2 pi d. This second magnetic field direction, due to that right hand rule, upward, that is towards that A direction. One is towards D direction and another one is second one is towards A direction. That is on that high B1 vector acting this direction, B2 vector acting direction, the two making angle 90 degree. That's why the resultant magnetic field BR is equal to square root of B1 square plus B2 square. If the two vectors are at a right angle, the resultant magnetic induction is BR is equal to square root of B1 square plus B2 square. Here the common factor in both the formulas you can take out. Br is equal to common value is mu naught by 2 pi d and the square root of first one b1 has I1 square plus I2 square. That's why Br is equal to mu naught by 2 pi d of I1 square plus I2 square power 1 by 2. This is our answer. I want to check the options. First option is mu naught by 2 pi d of I1 by I2, not matched with our answer. Second option, mu naught by 2 pi d of I1 plus I2, that also not matched. Third one, mu naught by 2 pi d of I1 square minus I2 square, that also not matched. Fourth option, mu naught by 2 pi d of I1 square plus I2 square power 1 by 2, that is our correct option. Due to that two infinite long conductors at a d distance point above that plane, we have the resultant magnetic field Bt is equal to mu naught by 2 pi d of I1 square plus I2 square power 1 by 2. Two similar coils of radius r are lying concentrically with their planes are right angle to each other. Center points are common. Their planes are right angle. A current flowing in them is first coil current is I, second coil 2I respectively. The resultant magnetic induction at the center will be. First we will draw the diagram for that. One is a plane perpendicular. For that we are representing like that. One circular coil is there. Is a vertical coil. Next one is horizontal coil. Their common center we have. The two coils are having a radius, same radius. R radius. This also R radius. We are passing a is a loop 1 is a loop 2. Through that loop 1 we are passing I current. Through that loop 2 we are passing a current 2I. First loop is perpendicular to the plane of our board. That's why the first loop produces a magnetic field B1 vector in this direction. It is in the plane of that second coil. Second coil produces the magnetic field is upward. B2 is acting in this direction. So B1 and B2 are right angle theta, making angle is 90 degree. First of all, each one magnetic field we want to find. For that, B1 is equal to first coil at the center mu naught I1. First coil current we consider I1 divided by 2R, it is for the center. Then its value I1 value is assumed as I mu naught I by 2R. For a second loop magnetic field B2 is equal to mu naught I2 divided by 2R. So at the same common point, the center of that second circular loop mu naught I2 by 2R. Instead of I2 we have a 2I. Mu naught into 2I divided by 2R. We consider that the value is 2 into B1. But the 2 are acting in right angle. That's why the resultant magnetic field Bt is equal to square root of B1 square plus B2 square. Common factor is taken out. Common factor is mu naught I by 2R is common. Is taken common. Remaining part is a common 1 square plus 2 square equal to root 5 into mu naught I by 2R. That is the resultant magnetic induction due to the two concentric circles. So now you check your answer with our options. First option we considered, that is root 5 mu naught I by 2r. That's why for our question our answer is, first option is our answer. For two similar coils of radius r are lying concentrically with their planes at right angle for each other. The current flowing through them is I and 2I respectively. The resultant magnetic field induction at the center will be root 5 mu naught I by 2r. First option is correct. Next is sixth question. A current loop consists of two identical semicircles, that is the same radius, made up of the same wire. Semicircles parts each of radius r, one lying on that xy plane and that other is lying in that yz plane. We considered that is yz plane. If the current in that loop is I, the resultant magnetic field due to the two semicircular parts to their common center will be. First we will take that diagram for that sixth one. Three-dimensional axis we are representing. X, Y, Z. First semicircular loop is in XY plane. Second circular loop, semicircular loop is in YZ plane. Suppose current is flowing this direction, I ampere current. First part is this, that is a loop 1, is a loop 2 producing magnetic field B1, B2. For that semicircular loop, first part of that loop producing magnetic field B1, direction is this. Similarly, for that second loop, magnetic field is B2. So that's why B1 is along the z-axis, B2 is along the x-axis. So we have both B1 and B2 are right angle to each other. Their resultant magnetic field means B total equal to square root of B1 squared plus B2 squared. Then for each one value we have B1 value for a semicircular loop mu naught I by 4r. This also mu naught I by 4r. But it is along in that is B1 is in k cap direction, B2 in high cap direction. That's why the two are right angle to each other. That's why resultant magnetic field dt is equal to square root of B1 square plus B2 square. The common values are taken out, that is mu naught I by 4r, that is the square root of 1 square plus 1 square. Then mu naught I by 4r into root 2. Then we will get mu naught I by 2 root 2, or we have the value mu naught by 2 root 2 or mu naught I. So now check your options. First option is mu naught I by 2 root 2 r. So this is the correct option. Other answers are not matched with that our result. Next we are going to see that seventh one. A solenoid carrying a current produces a magnetic field B along its axis. Suppose we have a solenoid, infinite long solenoid. Due to that infinite long solenoids, magnetic induction can be taken as a formula B is equal to mu naught Ni. The small n is the number of turns per unit length. So initially it has a certain length, L length, area of cross section is A, and the total number of turns is N. Passing through that is current is I. Then that magnetic induction is B is equal to mu naught Ni. Now we are going to modify some values. Current is going to double, number of turns per centimeter, otherwise number of turns per meter becomes how? So that is I prime is equal to 2I, N prime is equal to N by 2. If we substitute B prime equal to mu naught instead of N prime N by 2, I prime 2I, 2 cancel, B prime is equal to same value as B. That's why our option is B only. That is, we can take any one of this, that is, answer is not given. Same magnetic induction is produces B value. Suppose this option is created, B only. A long current carrying coil produces a magnetic field below B along its axis. If the current is a double, number of turns per centimeter is off, then mu value of the magnetic induction is the same, that is B only. Okay. Next, eighth one. The magnetic field for a given length of the wire for a single turn at its center is B. Then its value for that two-turn coil for that same length. Example, we are taken L length wire. If you form a single circle, there it has a radius. Then we consider L is equal to 2 pi r, that is the perimeter of that circle. Then we can take r is equal to L by 2 pi. R is equal to L by 2 pi. Number of turns, N is equal to 1. At the center of that circle, single turn, magnetic induction B1 is equal to mu naught I by 2R. 2R, that is R can be considered as mu naught I by 2 into L by 2 pi. L by 2 pi. Then the same wire is going to wound as a 2 turns. If the same wire L is wound as a 2 turns, then L is equal to 2 into 2 pi r. It is a small circle. 2 turns. Their radius is small r. Same current is passing. Then N value is equal to 2. But small r value is L by 2 into 2 pi. Then for that second 2 turns coil, B2 is equal to mu naught I by 2 into small r. Instead of small r, then we have a number of turns, that is 2. 2 mu naught I by 2 into, instead of small r, L by 2 into 2 pi. This 2 is taken up, B2 is equal to 4 mu naught I by 2 into L by 2 pi. We know that this value is equal to B1. B2 is equal to 4B1. As like that, single term, that a double term, if you make, becomes a 4 times. Suppose from the single term, if you make a n terms, what is the relation of that magnetic induction means? B prime is equal to n squared into B. The same wire, first it is in a single term. Suppose it is in a makes in a, the same wire is makes in a n terms, their magnetic induction produced. B prime is equal to n squared into B. 2 terms means 4B. 5 terms means 25 into B. Like that we can take and for that formula. That is 8th one. Eighth one answer is 4B of our answer. 4B of our answer. The magnetic field for a given length of a wire for a single turn coil at its center is B. Then its value for 2 turns coil for the same wire. Same wire means same wire is going to make into 2 turns. That's why that the same length is becomes first one 2 pi r, second one 2 into 2 pi r. That's why we will get that is a 4B. Next we have that magnetic field at that center P will be, if it is a center means total distance is 5 meter. So that's why from the each conductor 2.5 meter, 2.5 meter. For a infinite long conductors, is a conductor 1, is a conductor 2. First conductor for a ninth problem. First conductor, current passes 5 ampere from the conductor 2.5 meter, magnetic induction B1. So that B1 is equal to mu naught into 5 divided by 2 pi into 2.5 meter. Then from that B1 is equal to, instead of this value we can take 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 into 2. B1 value is equal to 4 into 10 to the power minus 7. Similarly, second one, produce a magnetic field, that is B2 is equal to mu naught I2 divided by 2 pi into 2.5. And the I2 value is 2.5. So we have that mu naught into 2.5 divided by 2 pi into 2.5. Cancel it. 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 Tesla is 4 into 10 to the power minus 7 Tesla. But here it is in the terms of the pi. That's why the pi should be remains there. So that's why here that values are mu naught by 2 pi into pi by, that is 2 into mu naught by 2 pi is 1 into mu naught by 2 pi. 2 pi is a common for that first conductor 2 into mu naught by 2 pi, second conductor 1 into mu naught by 2 pi. But direction we want to find. First conductors, magnetic field B1 inwards it is acting, but B1 inwards, B2 outwards. So that's why the resultant magnetic field for this arrangement is Bt is equal to B1 difference B2. B1 value is 2 into mu naught by 2 pi, difference B or minus that is minus mu naught by 2 pi. We will get that is mu naught by 2 pi is our answer. There mu naught by 2 pi is our answer. We will get that mu naught by 2 pi. Suppose if you substitute mu naught by 2 pi, for that instead we will take that is 2 into 10 to the power minus 7. But in our options, mu naught by 2 pi is placed common. That's why for a first conductor producing magnetic field at the point P is 2 into mu naught by 2 pi. For a second conductor produce a magnetic field at the point P mu naught by 2 pi. But first conductor produce the inward magnetic field and the second conductor produce the outward magnetic field. That's why magnetic field due to first conductor minus second conductor magnetic field mu naught by 2 pi is our answer. That is the third option is our answer. Having a same geometry with magnetic moments m and 2m are firstly placed in such a way what their similar poles are same side, then its time period of that oscillation is T1. For the case 1, time period is T1. Their poles, similar poles are in the same side. That's why two magnets we are arranging their magnetic moments. First magnetic moment is capital M. Second magnetic moment is 2m. So that's why mr is equal to m1 plus m2, that is 3m. Time period of that system in a external magnetic field can be taken as T is equal to 2 pi root of I by mb. For first one, T1 is equal to 2 pi into root of I by m1 into b. That is m1 means that is the resultant of this mr. That's why T1 is equal to 2 pi root of I by 3m into b. For first case, time period is T1 is equal to 2 pi root of I by 3mb. For case 2, now the polarity of one of the magnet is reversed. First magnet is placed same manner, south pole and north pole, magnetic moment of this capital M only. But second magnet is turned and placed polarity, this side north pole, this is side pole, south pole. Then magnetic moment of that second magnet 2m is acting upward direction. Their resultant magnetic moment is equal to m. Then it's a time period. T2 is equal to 2 pi root of I by mb. Now you compare T1 and T2. T1 equal to 1 by root 3 into T2. So we can say T1 is less than T2. T1 is less than T2. First arrangement time period is less than that second arrangement, because that is T1 equal to 1 by root 3 into T2. That is, we can also rearrange as T1 is equal to 1 divided by 1.732 into T2. Can be taken as almost 0.866 into T2. So that's why T1 is less than the T2. So our option is the first option. So first arrangement time period is less than that second arrangement. Okay, first option is our answer. For 11th question, a current I is flowing in a steel conductor of length L, finite length conductor. Mention that ends are x and y, their length, total length is L. The magnetic induction at a point distance L by 4 from its center. We have taken that is the center point is O. From that distance R is equal to L by 4. So that's why this side L by 2. Here also we can take L by 2, making the line joining of the ends of the conductor is a theta 1 is a theta 2. According to that Biot-Savart law, we can find the magnetic induction at this point. We have a formula: B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r of sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. So at the middle, I think is adjacent side and opposite side both are equal. That's why hypotenuse side both also equal. We have that sin theta 1 equal to sin theta 2 equal to, that is opposite side L by 2 divided by hypotenuse value, that is the square root of L by 2 whole square plus L by 4 whole square. So here commonly we can take L by 2 out. So L by 2 of 1 square plus 1 by 2 whole square. Then we will get, that is L by 2 cancelled. We will get, that is 2 divided by root pi. That's why B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi into, instead of R we will substitute L by 4 into 2 into 2 divided by root pi. We know that there is a 4 and 4 are cancelled. Then merge it, we will get 4 mu naught I divided by root pi L. That is the total magnetic induction at the point L by 4 distance. That is our answer. First option, we check that 4 mu naught I by root pi L is our answer. Next we are going to 12th problem. A bar magnet having a magnetic moment of, that is in a solution, magnetic moment M is equal to 2 into 10 to the power 4 joule per Tesla, is free to rotate in a horizontal plane. A horizontal magnetic field B value is given. B is equal to 6 into 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla exists in a space. Work done in rotating the magnet slowly from a direction parallel to the field to the direction of 60 degree from that field. That's why work done formula is, we have work done is equal to MB of cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. That M value is 2 into 10 to the power 4. B value is 6 into 10 to the power minus 4 of theta 1. Initially it is a parallel. That's why theta 1 is equal to 0 degree. That is a magnetic moment and field are making angle 0 degree initially. Then theta 2 is equal to 60 degree. So that's why cos 0 becomes a 1, cos 60 becomes a 1 by 2. That's why this value totally becomes a 1 by 2. So 2 into 10 to the power plus 4 minus 4 cancel. 2 into 6 into 1 by 2. You cancel 2 under 2. We will get work done is 6 joule. 6 joule is our answer. Third option is our answer. Work done to rotate a magnet from parallel to the field to that 60 degree. Work done is 6 joule. We have. Third option is our answer.